This is Lanzarote, but not the one you expect, where the ocean feels powerful and alive. From black lava to white sand and landscapes shaped by nature. You can really feel it everywhere. Even the wine grows in volcanic ashes. And between it all, small towns, local life and quiet moments, and views you won't simply forget. In this video, we will show you more than 30 unique places around this beautiful island. To get the absolute maximum of this week, we hired a tour guide, so we will take you along for the full experience.
This place felt like a little hidden adventure. At first, we stopped to enjoy the beautiful natural pools and the wild coastline here in Charco Del Palo. But then, a small opening led down into a sea cave, carved out by the Atlantic Ocean over many years. And I must say, getting down there was a little scary. You could hear the waves crashing inside the cave before you even saw the ocean. It is moments like this that make traveling so special, finding places you never expected to see.
This is the volcanic quarry of Tinamala, here in Lanzarote. It was once used to cut some stone for buildings across the island, but what we notice the most is the feeling here. It's almost like it's another planet. Quiet, raw, and very different from what we expected. This place has a semi-natural pool protected by the volcanic rocks. It creates a calmer space even when the ocean outside is rough. This is the kind of place where you just could stay for hours, having a break, having a fika as we say in Sweden, and just have a good time, and there is a lot of crabs everywhere. So this place, this is a beach that is made semi-artificial. It means that some of the parts are natural and some of the parts are made by men.
Casa Juanita is not just a beautiful house by the ocean. It also carries a very emotional family story. The house was built by a father for his daughter Juanita, but sadly she passed away before she could really enjoy it. You can almost feel that mix of beauty and sadness at the same time. Today this amazing house has become one of the most famous landmarks in Lanzarote, but behind the bright red walls and blue windows, there's also a story about family, love and loss.
This is a small local restaurant here in Arrieta. A simple place, but this is where you find the real local food. And this is one of the places we normally maybe wouldn't find if we didn't know where to look. And this is something we really enjoy, just sitting down, relaxing, and feeling a part of the everyday life here around.
One thing that surprised us in Lanzarote was how different the beaches could look from each other. Here at Playa del Caletón Blanco near Arrecife, the sand is bright white, almost glowing against the dark volcanic rocks surrounding it. The contrast between the soft white sand, the turquoise water and the black lava stones makes this place feel incredibly unique.
This area is shaped by old lava tubes, formed during volcanic eruptions. It's a reminder of how this island was created. And walking here feels like exploring something hidden, like there is always something more to discover just around the corner. Just look at the shapes, look at the greenery. This is a really magical place. As all places in this video, you can discover this one for free and without the queues. Our last stop today is this small local bodega here in Geria. Places like this are part of the island's everyday culture. And you can really feel the atmosphere here. quiet, authentic, and very welcoming. So right now we will present our tour guide and then we will just continue with exploring this beautiful island.
Hello guys, I'm standing here with Lola from Lola Excursions. Hi Lola.
Hi, hello everybody.
Yeah, we've been hanging out with Lola for 3 whole days and it's been magical. It's been just wonderful. So can you just give some examples from where we've been those days?
Well, basically we've been all over the island. We've been in the north, in the south. We've been touching natural lava pools. We've been on caves. We've been on beaches, white beaches, black beaches. We've been discovering all the magic things of this beautiful island, Lanza Paradise.
That was the part of our day exploring the north of Lanzarote. And next, we head further across the island to see a completely different side. But first, a cup of coffee in the morning in the capital of Lanzarote, Arrecife.
At Bodega La Geria, we discovered one of the most unique wine regions we have ever seen. After the massive volcanic eruptions in the 1700s, the land here was covered in thick black volcanic ash. But instead of giving up, the local families found a way to survive by growing wines directly in the volcanic soil. Each grape vine is planted inside a small crater, protected by stone walls from the strong Lanzarote winds. It's incredible to think that this harsh volcanic ground now produces some of Lanzarote's most famous wines, especially the Malvasia Volcanica wine. And back in the early days, camels played an important role here too, helping families transport grapes, wine barrels and supplies across the rough volcanic terrain, long before modern roads existed. Standing here today, you can really feel the connection between nature, history, and the people who adapted their lives to this island.
This is one of the viewpoints along the coast. From here you really see how raw this island is. It was filled with floating lava, shaping this unique environment. Ocean is always close. As you can see here, you have the natural pools, but today it's not possible to be in it. The wind is so strong and the waves are crashing in the sides. It was so fantastic to experience this.
This little local bar felt like stepping straight into someone's grandma's kitchen. Simple homemade food, generous portions, and the kind of place that clearly loved by both locals and visitors. And honestly, sometimes these small hidden places become some of the best memories from a trip.
This is Playa del Janubio, a black sand beach formed by volcanic activity. At first, it feels almost empty, just dark sand, strong winds, and the ocean. As you walk closer, you start to notice the details. These small black stones and the fine sand, shaped over time by a volcano and the sea. Everything here feels so raw and untouched. And then we saw this, a blue jellyfish on the shore. It looks beautiful, but it can actually sting, so this is something to be careful with. This is definitely a place to remember for life.
This is Salinas de Janubio, one of Lanzarote's most famous salt fields, where sea salt has been harvested for generations using nothing more than seawater, wind, sun, and patience. The shallow pools slowly evaporate under the Canary Islands sun, leaving behind these bright white salt crystals that are still collected today. And surrounded by black volcanic lava, it almost feels like the island is creating salt right in front of your eyes. We even stopped to try local beer made with sea salt from Janubio, something very unique to Lanzarote.
This place here is called El Lago Verde, one of the most famous spots here in Lanzarote. The green color comes from algae in the water, and together with the black lava, it creates something very unique. And now, let's look at something very unique, a place called Los Hervideros. I will just put on some music and show you the visuals and the sounds. You will be amazed.
This is Bodegas, one of the most modern wineries in Lanzarote, built right in the middle of the volcanic landscape of La Geria. The atmosphere here feels completely different, more modern, calm and elegant, with huge open spaces used for weddings, events and large celebrations surrounded by the vineyards. There was also a beautiful shop with local wines, cheeses and products from Lanzarote, making it feel like more than just a winery. And sitting here under the trees with local cheese and fresh wine, this became one of those quiet little moments you just remember from a trip.
To end this beautiful day, we went to a wine shop called Vinos El Campesino, where we could find a very special sparkling Malvasia wine. So this is the stop for this day, and we will continue tomorrow with some more beautiful things.
This is Teguise, the old capital of Lanzarote, and honestly it felt like stepping into another time. One thing I really liked here was how relaxed everything felt. No stress, no crowds, just white buildings, palm trees, art and local life all around you. We found hidden little shops inside old historic buildings, local bakeries with fresh pastries, quiet cafes and small streets full of character. Teguise turned out to be one of those places where you don't really need a plan. You just walk, explore and enjoy the atmosphere.
This is the viewpoint over Valle de Temisa. Instead of black lava and rough coastlines, the landscape becomes softer, greener and much more alive. From up here, in the distance, you can see the city of Geria resting between the mountains, and from this angle, the shape of the valley almost looks like a witch flying on a broomstick. Pretty amazing, right?
This is Arrecife, also known as the Valley of Thousand Palms. The small streets, the white houses with green details, the palm trees everywhere, it all had this peaceful atmosphere that made us slow down for a moment. One of the most interesting stories here was about the local barber, a man who could neither speak nor hear, but still became one of the most respected people in the village. And we actually met him in person.
Mirador del Porrito, and the view from up here is honestly incredible. From this point you can see La Graciosa surrounded by the deep blue ocean, almost looking like another world. And moments like this are difficult to describe properly because the scale feels so much bigger when you are standing here yourself.
Oh my god, this is amazing!
For this day, we decided to just go to a small store and buy some bocadillo and cervezas and eat out in the fresh air. So let's go to a place called Punta Mujeres. where you can find natural pools called piscinas naturales. Such an amazing place.
Casa Carmelina is actually one of the most photographed houses in Arrieta. It's not a museum or official attraction in the traditional sense. It is still a real private home, but it became a local landmark because people kept stopping to admire and photograph it. And honestly, it represents something very typical for Lanzarote.
This place is called Antigua Rufera. The volcanic rocks has been shaped over time by wind and weather, creating these strange formations in the middle of the landscape. Different layers, different colors, almost like nature made its own sculpture park. It's quiet here and very different from the beaches and villages, and places like this is what makes Lanzarote feel so unique, because around almost every corner the island changes again.
This is Playa de Famara, one of the wildest beaches on Lanzarote. Huge cliffs, strong Atlantic waves, and an endless volcanic coastline give this place a completely raw feeling. Along the shore we also notice these small white popcorn stones. You should never take stones or shells home from Lanzarote. Partly because of Ireland's superstitions about bad luck, but also because many natural areas are protected and removing them can actually lead to fines.
Las Grietas is one of the most fascinating places we visited in Lanzarote. From the outside, it almost looks like a normal hillside, but hidden inside the volcanic rock are these deep natural cracks. The walls are filled with volcanic layers created over thousands of years from eruptions, ash and lava. And standing down here really shows the scale of it. The cracks are narrow, quiet and surprisingly deep. It almost feels like the nature carved its own secret canyons inside the mountain. And once again, Lanzarote reminds us that this island was shaped by fire, but today it feels peaceful and incredibly beautiful.
It's very easy to book Lola on Lola excursions if you also want to discover this wonderful island. So what should people do for booking you?
Booking me is easy. You just go to Google, find Lola's excursion, or go straight to my website.
Thank you so much, Lola.
Thank you, guys.
This was our journey through Lanzarote, from volcanic salt flats and hidden villages to wineries, local stories, art, and some of the wildest coastlines we've ever seen. And what makes Lanzarote special isn't just the landscapes. It's the way nature, culture, and everyday life all blend together into something completely unique. If you enjoyed exploring the island with us, don't forget to subscribe, because there is a lot more cruise and travel content coming soon here on Rexel Cruise and Travel. And if you want to continue the journey, you can also watch our video from Arrecife, where we explore Lanzarote's coastal capital, local food and life by the ocean. And now, it was time for us to continue the adventure. Thank you so much for watching.